Hey there, welcome back to my channel. This is Misha Bangs. I think I need to change that because I'm not Misha Bangs anymore. I'm actually Misha Combs. Wow, I just realized that I'm married. Lol. Anyways, welcome back to this channel. This is called We Need to Talk. And this is where we talk about all things books, life, work, career, anything that goes. In this video, I want us to chat about something that I'm really excited about, which is the book club that we created, and also reviewing the first book that we read in our book club for this year. Anyways, now talking about the main subject of this video, which is the book club that I started, founded rather. I think founded is the better word than started, because I didn't start it alone. I started it with a couple of girlies, and yeah, let's get into that. So last year I was reading a lot, I was sharing content about books a lot, I was just on my book grind, and there was so many people around me on social media who kept saying, do you have a book club? Can we be part of a book club? Can I join your book club? Can I also have what you have? Can I do what you're doing? Can I also get in on it? So as I was doing that, there was one of my colleagues actually, Noni Kumalo, and I would constantly be reading, and she'd be like, are you posting content about these books you're reading, about this life you're living? And she was just always so fascinated by it. So I was like, you know what, Noni, when I decide to start a book club, I will definitely have you on it. And she was like, yes. And that was last year, and there were so many other girls, Naomi, and all the ladies actually in the book club were people that I had spoken to about the book club at one point or another. So when this year started, I was like, okay, it's in my list of objectives for the year, so I have to do it. I reached out to them. It didn't start in January. I just took a few months to really get familiar with the year, because I wanted something smooth. I wanted a community where it would be women talking about books, but also talking about life. I didn't want it to feel like this tense situation that we're in, that now, it's like, oh, this club I'm in, and this and that. And I wanted it to be very free flow. So got the ladies, put them on a group chat, and we created our little book community. And so far there's 6 of us. It's small. I want it to be small. I don't thrive in a big group, because I want everyone to feel heard. I want everyone to feel understood. And I started posting about it after our first meeting. I got a couple of people who were saying, this is that. But I'm going to tell you, we're not taking any new people right now. Because we're just getting familiar with one another. We want to get this right, and I'm a firm believer in getting something right before I add on to my plate or I do something crazy. So we kicked off, and our mandate is to meet every 2 months, but now the ladies want to meet every month. They're struggling to keep up. I'm talking to you ladies if you're watching. So we had our first meeting. I think it was last month. What month are we in? Yes, it was in April. At the end of April, we had our first meeting, and beautiful. 4 of us came from the 6. No pressure. We're having lunch, we're having chats, we're having drinks. It's just a free vibe. And the first book that we voted for, because democracy, guys, we're living in this country for a reason. We believe in a democracy. So each of us gets to nominate a book, and then from the nominations we vote. So not just nominate, you must also motivate. And I nominated a book called Never Lie by Frieda McFadden. Hi, Frieda McFadden. And there we are. And I think me and another person voted for this. And here we are. We read this book, and what a joy it is. This book is a thriller. It's a suspense thriller. And I thought that would be a perfect mood to read with other people. Because even though we have our own books that we're reading, this book club book is it's adding on to your book experience, right? You're adding another book into your pile that you're reading with other girls anyway. So it's not meant to be the only book you're reading. It's meant to be one of the books that you're reading. So this is the book that we chose, and Never Lie by Frieda McFadden, which follows a lady, a newlywed, Trisha and Ethan, as they are searching for a new home. So it's a cold day, blizzards, snow. So as they're reaching this house, a huge mansion, because Ethan has money apparently, as they're reaching this house, they realize it's kind of haunted. They realize other things as well, and it's a whirlwind of a book. It's a whirlwind, like you're reading it and you just scatter after scatter after scatter. And I don't want to spoil anything for anyone. If you haven't read it, please go read it. If you are looking for a thriller, I would highly recommend it. And right now I'm actually gonna play some of the ladies' responses and what they thought about the book.
My rating would be a 7, and this is because I feel like the plot twist was unnecessary. I would give it like a 7.5.
My rating might be a bit exaggerated, but I think I'd give it a 10, guys.
I'm just getting into the book, right? So I would rate it, I'd say a 5, right?
I think I'd give it a 10 because it kept me going. I was going to places with this book. I was carrying it everywhere because I just wanted to know what's happening next. I don't like the ending. I think the ending was just heard all of a sudden. Now they're happy. They're living in the house. They raising children in that house, and the graves of the people are there. It just got too crazy. I was like, what?
And the reason I'm saying a 5 is because based on what everyone has said on the table, I have no idea what I'm getting myself into.
It's great. It's a great read. I don't want to lie. I would read it over and over again. It was great. It kept me on my toes. I kept wondering what's happening on the next page. What's happening on the next page. So I really enjoyed it.
And that is what we thought about Never Lie. So now that we finished that book, we had our gathering. We talked about it. We talked life. It was so wholesome, so beautiful, such great vibes. And then we went on to choose our next book. Noni Kumalo comes in and she recommends this little girl over here, The Secret Lives. Yes, there we go. The secret lives of church ladies. And this one so far, I think I'm about halfway through the book. And our next meeting is in 2 weeks' time. And Mina, I am halfway through the book. And Abanye, they have not got it yet. Only one lady that I know has the book so far. And so far, I'm actually enjoying it. I will say, though, that in the beginning, I wasn't so sure because this book is comprising of short stories about church stories, not really church stories. It's like stories of people who are church related. It could be about a pastor. And the last story I read was about a pastor. Let me share. So this pastor, he is married and he has a child. And this pastor, every pastor, very deep on Sundays. That time, on a Monday, every single Monday, he goes and visits this other lady who has a child. And it's in this child's perspective. She's writing the story. Supposedly, she is the narrator in the story. This girl who, from a young age, this pastor keeps coming to her house to the point where she thought this guy was God, because the mommy would go into the room with the preacher who is married, but now the preacher is at her house in her mother's room, and her mother is screaming, "Oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God." That's all I'm gonna say. That story was so juicy, and it's called Peach Cobbler in this book, The Secret Life of Church Ladies. I'm only halfway through. I just finished that story, the cobbler, actually, the Peach Cobbler story, and I am continuing with it, and I'm so excited to see what else is gonna come. I'm getting into it, and I'm accepting where I am, because I think for a long time I was judging myself in the way that I read, because I thought I had to read like other people, or I have to read fast, or I have to read slow, or I had to read but I'm kind of coming to a place where actually I read the way I read. Like, if I am going to read this book slow, I'm going to read it slow. If I am in a place in my life where I can only read it fast because it's moving, and sometimes in life you find that the book is moving because, hey, life is popping, life is good, things are happening. But then there are times when that's not the case, and you have to take your time with the book. And short stories are like that. You read one story, maybe you put it down for a few hours, and sometimes you could read one story next. But yeah, anyways, that's all I'm gonna say today about this book and the book club. I'm so excited for our next meeting to chat about it. Even that story, I want to show you how much I wrote in this book for this last story. Like, I was writing, like I was upset. Okay, just look at the first page where I was writing, like annotating. Annotation. In other books, in the highlight lane, in other books I've not scratched. In other books I'm writing paragraphs on the side, like my thoughts and stuff. I never actually go back and read what I write, but I think one day when I do read it back, or when my daughter reads the book, because another reason why I read is to collect books for her, so someday she can have her own library and she never has to worry about books, and she can just live in that life where mommy took care of her book wise. These are for my girl, and I think one day she'll really like this one. It's cool, it's cute. Maybe when she's like 18 she can read this one, because it's a bit risky. Anyways, guys, I'm done rambling. Thank you so much for joining me and watching this video until this part, until the end. I appreciate you. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I would really appreciate it. Look out for the next video. It will be coming next week, I promise you. And in that one, I'll be talking more about life, and maybe I'm still working up the nerve to start sharing more white wedding content. So when I start sharing that on Instagram, I'm gonna start sharing some videos here on YouTube as well. Maybe about how we costed our wedding, or the costs that were involved, or how we plan, and how we actually put a wedding together in like 4 months while grieving my grandmother. But actually, I think that's content that will be coming up quite soon. Thank you so much for watching and listening. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple, I really do appreciate you. Please leave a comment, please share. I really do appreciate you so much. And yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.